So, the first thing you seen was the thumbnail when you clicked on this video. Yes, we're going to be talking about the black boycott, but it's more so an actual transfer of wealth. And people are constantly thinking that it was because of Rick Chau. No, Rick Chau is just the latest incident. It's the straw that broke the camel's back. And black people are actually sticking to this one this time. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe only if you like the content. So, like I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about the black boycott, even though it's not really more of a boycott. It's an actual transference of wealth. And I got a bunch of clips that I'm going to play that we're going to get into, so you don't have to just take my word for it. We actually are standing on code this time, because we're understanding the importance of we actually need to keep the black dollar circulating in our community for, more than a few hours. We need to make it at least 30 days. And so we're just going to get straight into it. Let's talk about it.
If you're going to group all of the Asians together, we cannot have a productive conversation because you're just as racist as Rick Chau. If you can't even take the time to understand that there is a lot of racial tension between Southeast Asians and East Asians, then we can never have a productive conversation. If you're just going to try and cancel everyone out, boycott everybody, then...
What? Yo, shut your dumb ass the fuck up. Like I gotta take my glasses off for this shit because what the fuck are you talking about? Are you seriously about to try to sit here and tell black people that racism and anti-blackness is only specific to one demographic of Asians? Like black people's collective lived experience in this country is that there is not a single demographic of Asian, white, Hispanic people that have not contributed to anti-blackness in this white supremacist nation? Seriously? That's what the fuck you just try to get up here and say? And you saying that black people that are not acknowledging the fact that y'all have some racist shit going on within your own demographic, that somehow because we're calling everybody out because all of the Asian community has contributed to anti-blackness in this fucking country, that we're just as racist as the motherfucker that just murdered a 14-year-old boy? Are you listening to yourself? This is the same shit that white supremacists say. That's exactly why the fuck we're calling all of y'all out. Y'all have this stupid ass mindset that somehow you're not a part of the people that we're talking about, and then you get online and contribute supremacist talking points to a conversation where you're trying to act like you're not a part of the supremacists. What the shut the fuck.
So mad at me about my boycott Asian businesses take, so I'm going to double down and say the exact same thing that I said at the end of the video right now, because I know people don't make it to the end of the video. The black community should not be engaging with anyone who sees us, our community, our children as threats, even in the slightest bits, and anyone who sees black people as a stepping stone or a road bump to their own success. Point blank, period. But if you're seeking to send a message to the collective Asian community, there is no Asian community. We only think that because of white people, and I'm not about to buy into some white people bullshit. I'll never be opposed to supporting black businesses. There just is no Asian community. That shit doesn't exist. The world is anti-black, and the only people we got are us.
Ma'am, we boycotting these type of businesses. I don't know why you're going in here. You might not have heard what's going on, but look up Cyrus Belton.
Oh yeah, I know about it.
Yeah, but you're still going in.
And right there's the thing we always knew as black folk. We know we're not a monolith. That actually comes back to bite us, because by us not being a monolith, you have people that actually don't care about what's going on in the community. That's kind of what happens when you are born and raised in America. America teaches you about individualism. They get you very far away from thinking about the collective and the community. They want you just thinking about self, do for self, think for self. It's all about self. And when you see is that black woman, that sister, I'm still going to call her a sister. I'm not going to disrespect her because she ain't on code. But as you see, she still goes in there. And you see the Asian man above smiling, because this is what they think This is what they think this is what they think they know about us. Oh, they're going to get mad. They're going to get upset, but they're still going to turn around and come back in after a while. It's going to die down, and then everything's going to go back to business. This is what they believe. This is what they think. And unfortunately, you have some of us that are just not on code, and it's going to continue to be that way. You know, again, we're not a monolith, and this is where it comes back to bite us, because it's like you will always have people in our community that try to buck the trend, that will always try to go against the grain and to think for self like they are. It's like, yeah, I heard about what happened to Cyrus Carmack Belton. I heard about it. I'm still going to go in this store and I'm still going to give them money, still going to give them my money. It's my money. You can't tell me how to spend it, which is absolutely true. We can't tell you how to spend your money. But when you have another sister that's telling you and trying to put you up on game and educate you and let you know, hey, we not on that right now. We not rocking with them right now. And you still do it anyway. Then it's like, when we see stuff like that, I'm glad she took this video, because it's like, we have to make a list. We have to, like, I guess we gotta, shame. I guess we do have to shame them to a certain degree, because it's like, you see what we trying to do as a community to get other communities to respect us. And we can't get them to respect us if we gonna constantly keep giving them our money without demanding respect. It's like, if you're not gonna respect us, then don't expect us. You know, it's very simple. I don't understand why everybody can't be on code. But again, these type of things tend to happen. And it's very obvious about what they think about us. They think it's not going to stand. They think we're going to give up. They think we're not going to try to channel this same energy into frequenting, basically us going to go spend our money with our own, which is what we should have been doing in the first place. We should have been supporting our own and getting out of this crabs in the barrel mentality. It's like, okay, you know, I've said this before, either one of my TikToks or either on this channel. You know, if you shopping with a black business and they don't get something right, just kind of, hey, you know, I won't say educate them, but just kind of let them know, make them aware. Hey, you know, this could have been better, or such and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to saying, I'm not shopping with black business. This is why I don't shop with black business. See, that's the wrong approach, because, you know, regardless of what they try to say in the media, we got love for each other. You know, it's these other communities that really don't got love for us. And the last thing we need to be doing, especially right now, is not supporting each other and not helping each other grow.
Hey. Oh, I ain't know you was back here, girl. I ain't even see you. Oh. Nah, just making sure.
Yo, this boycott might be the wake-up call that Asian people really needed. Hear me out. Everybody worried about how this boycott is going to hurt Asian businesses, but I'm more interested in what this boycott is going to make us become.
Before I go any further, I'm going to let the video play, but you can obviously see that black culture has had a massive impact on him. His hat, his chain, his vernacular, his body language. So, you know, I'm going to let the rest of the video play, but it's like, you just took the whole bag and now you just, this is what they do.
Let's be real. Most of us are operating on formulas that were built 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago by our parents and grandparents. Shit not the same no more. The world changed since then. Technology changed. Communication changed. Man, everything changed. The only thing that ain't really changed is our systems. And here's another thing. Most other people look at Asians like we all the same, but that could be farthest from the truth. Because Asians as a whole is actually divided as fuck. Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Cambodian, Thai, Filipino. Those are all people from different countries. We completely different people. But in America, everybody looks at us like we're the same. So this boycott ain't just going to affect one group of Asians. It's going to affect Asians collectively in America. And history has shown when pressure is applied to different groups of people at the same time, it has a way of making us realize that we got more in common than we actually thought. So could this boycott hurt many Asian businesses? You damn right. But could it also wake the Asian people up in a way that we never saw before? Absolutely. It can make us rethink how we operate and come up with new formulas instead of relying on old ones. It can make younger Asians start stepping up in the way that Asians ain't never stepped up before. Because one thing we Asians have always been good at is adapting. When times get hard, we adjust. When old opportunities disappear, we make new ones. When doors close, we build our own. So the question shouldn't be, what if the boycott hurts Asians? The question should be, what if this boycott wakes us the fuck up?
All of those things that he said, black people, we have done that all through history, all along. See, the only drawback to what he's saying is when we created our own, the white man came and burned our shit down. So far, from what I can see, they don't really mess with y'all. Why? Because a lot of y'all businesses are in our neighborhoods. And they look at it as long as it ain't the black people getting the money, they the ones, they giving their money to you. So everything's fine. Just as long as they not the ones supporting themselves and they not developing all the mechanisms that they need to be able to be sufficient on their own. That's their whole goal. So yeah, you guys can come over here and get business loans and everything else because they make it easy for you. And then they make you put your establishments in our community so you can extract the wealth from our community so that we can't never produce generational wealth because they never technically, in most cases, give us access to the capital to be able to even start that new frontier for us. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. But, as far as the other points he made, as far as the Asian community being different within themselves, that's actually true. They do discriminate against each other. Just because we in America may not be able to tell the difference or may not necessarily be able to differentiate from them, they can differentiate from each other. Just like us as black folk, we can definitely differentiate from the ones who come from the actual motherland and then the ones who come from the Caribbean. They can't necessarily look at us and be able to tell the difference, but we can tell the difference, just like they can tell the difference within themselves. So yeah, when they come to America, everybody's just grouped up and they're all looked at as the same. Yeah, don't feel bad. They look at all black people as the same too. But we've been having to endure that shit for centuries too. Not to say that the Asians haven't as well, but as far as it pertains to this, hey, just deal with it. That's what we had to do.
I've been noticing quite a few Asian influencers coming on here and telling other Asian people to be nicer to black folks. And we're in their comment section like, oh, I like you. And thank you so much for telling the truth. But I need my people to understand that while some of these content creators are genuine, everybody knows how forgiving black people are. They know how inviting we are to every other race, even the ones that treat us like trash. They wouldn't be on here trying to get back into our good graces if what we were doing wasn't working. Remember, we are redirecting our wealth back to ourselves. Let's not get distracted from what this is all really for. One day we'll be looking back at this moment in history when black people took back control of our wealth and climbed up out of these trenches, y'all. And one day our great grandkids are going to be so proud of what we're doing right now.
It's actually crazy to me that black people are being called racist for boycotting Asian businesses. Like, we all see what's currently going on in the world. So, that's crazy. First of all, that's not racism at all. And the thing is, if they are literally creating their business in order to specifically bring in the black dollar, then that just means that they're literally trying to take the black dollar from out the black communities and then not necessarily give back to those communities. They just want to take all of the money from black people because they know black people spend the most money when it comes to certain things. And so then they build stores of those certain things where they know black people spend the most money, and then they build it within black communities and then just take black people's money and then don't put that back into the community that they're a part of, where their business is. And also, it's confusing to me because if black people are no longer going to these stores, but there's no other races in those stores, then why are black people the ones that are being called racist for boycotting these companies? When if black people are that important to the company in itself, The company was literally built with the idea that this is specifically to gain money from the black community, which is kind of, you know, interesting to say the least. But then that means that there aren't other races coming into these stores. So why is the anger only pointed towards black people? And it's because of the assimilation to whiteness that other people of color always have. Like, it's actually so insane to me. And it's like the issue always becomes black people rather than the actual system that was created not to benefit black people in any way. That also affects non-black people of color, but because non-black people of color want to assimilate so much to whiteness, they literally just take the stance of black people are bad. And so they blame the things on black people, and black people become the scapegoat for a bunch of situations when it's like realistically to the core, the issue is white supremacy. And I don't see that being a discussion that's being literally discussed and broken down and talked about at length. Like, it's just so crazy to me because it's like, it's so easy to just blame black people and call black people racist for boycotting Asian businesses. But it's like, let's look at everything that's been going on throughout these communities forever. Number one, these stores are specifically put into black communities to then get all of black people's money. And then also at the same time, other races aren't in the stores but aren't being called out for not going to those stores. It's just black people because now black people don't want to spend their money where they're not appreciated. It's actually wild.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. It's all learned behavior. The people that are foreigners that come here, they want to associate themselves with power. And over here, they associate whiteness with power. And so they look at who's the white man's enemy, which is the black person. And so they proceed to look down upon us. And unfortunately, you even have some of our African brothers and sisters from the motherland that come over here and look down upon us as well. Now, I didn't think this was true because this had to be explained to me. I'll be perfectly honest. Because in my walks of life, jobs I've had in the past, I've worked with different Africans and they were all fine. All types of different ones. You know, I don't mean to say it like that, but I mean, ones from Ghana, ones from Nigeria. They were cool. They didn't show those tendencies. It had to be explained to me like this is a bigger issue. And so just because I hadn't experienced it doesn't mean that it didn't exist out there. And, you know, I learned that this is a bigger phenomenon because people want to associate with power. They want to try to get close to power. And so, you know, the harsh truth that they will all figure out is that they're not white and they will never be looked at as white. And, you know, black people are hated all over the world for some reason. Don't know why. We've never understood that. But the next video I'm about to play, it just proves, you know, the Asians can never say that they don't have racism in their community. The Asians can never say that they don't take part in anti-black racism. They can't say that. You'll see.
What does that mean? Why are you making monkey sounds for? Who's a monkey?
The monkey. You are the monkey,
I'm
man.
the monkey?
You win $5,000. You are right. Yes, you are right.
Don't call me a monkey.
What?
Don't call me a monkey, bro.
That's a fact, bro. You cannot lie.
That's a fact? What are you saying? Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. If I knock you out right now, what are you gonna do? Don't call me monkey. Okay. That's just not funny.
Do it several times. As many as you can. That's right, man.
Should be embarrassed. Should be embarrassed.
Okay.
You're goofy. I want you to know that.
Okay. I want to look anything. Just
You're goofy. I'm playing basketball. Don't tell me to play basketball. You're a goofy. I want you to know that you're a goofy. When you go home,
okay.
such a goofy.
Okay.
So it looked like that young brother was over there in their country, in their homeland, apparently. At least it looks to be that way. But I think we all get tired of those old tropes. You know, we get sick of the watermelon and fried chicken, and in this case, doing the monkey trope. It's like, you know, it's old, it's tired, it's stale, it's garbage. It was never worth anything. And yet that's all you got on us. It's like, you know, but the point I'm trying to make here is the racism clearly exists. And where do you think they learn that from? Like I said already, it's learned behavior. You come over here and you try to mimic the ones who you already idolize. They idolize the white people. They look up to the white people. So this is the behavior they try to mimic, because how else would they have learned that if it wasn't being broadcast to the rest of the world? Yeah. It's hard to be black in America, and I will say that honestly. It's hard when the national anthem plays in the history that I know about this country. It's hard for me to even begin to even think about standing for the flag. And people are going to feel the way they want to feel about it, and that's fine. But being an American citizen who has roots here, and what I mean by roots is because, yes, my ancestors were enslaved in this country. Doesn't matter how light my skin looks. I've traced it. And knowing the history and what that flag represents, it is hard as a black man to stand. And I can't promise that the next time I'm in a setting where they tell you to rise for the national anthem, I can't honestly say that I might stand next time. I guess it really just depends on what kind of mood I'm in that day.
Support black businesses. I just took my nails off myself, just one by one. These are my real nails. I'll just polish them, and I'm still not going to the Asians. I'm not going back. I'm standing behind what I said. If you're going to a nail tech, go to a black nail tech. That's it.
The Asian boycott thing ain't happening in Houston, Texas. And I'm particularly talking about Houston, Texas, because I live in Houston. I ride around here all the time. I be paying attention. The nail shop's still full. People still got lines at Timmy Chan's. Hell, somebody right now is making a video about Timmy Chan's. And I think that's because in Houston, we have a kind of intertwined community here when it comes to Black's nature. I'm not saying by any means that people get along all the time or people don't have their prejudices. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, when was the last time you went to Timmy Chan's and there wasn't a black person taking your order? I haven't seen it in a long time. I've seen Asian people riding slabs. I've seen Asian people talk with that Houston twang. Asian people sell grills. I mean, it's kind of an intertwined community when you really think about it in its totality. And I just don't think it would happen here. Some people ride this internet thing and this social media thing, think that when one person comes out with the idea that the entire community is just supposed to jump on that bandwagon and keep it going. But what people don't understand is, depending on where you live, your problems might not be my problems. So out of solidarity, I'm just supposed to make my problems. I don't think it works like that.
You know, it's really disheartening when you see the older generation move like this. It's always the older generation. This dude is too old to be saying the stuff that he's saying. Not only that, I'm going to be the first to say he do not speak for the city of Houston, Texas. I'm born and raised in Houston, and I do not agree with this 100%. He felt that way. That is not the rest of the city of Houston. I'm going to stand with my people. This man got on the internet and said that the Asians and the blacks are intertwined because it's mostly black people that work at Timmy Chan's. But fuck Timmy Chan's. All right? Niggas been eating Timmy Chan's since 1997. I think we could go without Timmy Chan's for a while. Then he got on here and said that Asians They ride slabs and they make grills. The only Asians I know that make grills is two of them. It's Johnny Dang and the other Asian boy who made the chain for 6ix9ine. Outside of that, I ain't never seen no Asian make no grills. And you talking about they ride slabs? Boy, you think we give a damn about some slabs? When we talking about the protection of black people, then you said what's one person problem ain't your problem. Bro, it's a sickness. I really think it's a sickness up top. All of y'all that get on the internet and talk like this, bro, and go against your own people, it's literally a sickness.
Stop supporting Asian-owned businesses is what I would say if I was fucking stupid.
Cut Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well.
So yeah, I went to like 10 different nail salons, and I gotta be honest with y'all, these nail places have some of us in a chokehold. They weren't packed, but even one of us in there is too many as far as I'm concerned. And for anybody who's feeling like the blackout isn't working, please remember, at this point, it's only been a couple weeks. Every dollar removed from their businesses and put back into our black businesses is our wealth being put back into us. Let's keep it going, y'all.
So, I mean, you see the videos, you've seen the clips. They're ultimately daring us to, you know, start our own. I say challenge accepted. I think a lot of black folks have been saying challenge accepted as of late, because I guess through pattern recognition, because of what we've done in the past. And I don't think they understand, like, we constantly see the justice system, or it's an injustice system, clearly. We constantly see it works against us. How you can say Rick Chau is defending himself, shooting, you know, a kid in his back, murdering a kid. Okay, well, I can't say murder because he wasn't convicted, but unaliving a kid who didn't even steal anything. But that's self-defense, someone running away. But then you have Carmelo, and don't give me this state jurisdiction bullshit. You have Carmelo. Austin clearly put his hands on him. He is defending himself because the kid is bigger than him. But no, that's not justified. But you can somehow justify shooting a child in his back. You know, that's why they saying it's not just the Rick Chau thing while we boycotting. This shit been building up for years, and black folks are tired of it. So it's like, no, we literally all we got is us. So we gotta stand 10 toes down. We gotta stand on business this time. We have to. And yeah, as you see in some of them videos, it ain't all of us. It ain't gonna be all of us. Hell, shit. All our people didn't even participate in the civil rights movement. You always gonna have them people that don't stand for shit. You know, and I ain't got no respect for them. I sit here, I make videos on YouTube. I don't have a faceless channel. I'm not fucking AI. I'm a real person. I put my face to the message that I'm putting out. I'm not scared. So yeah, I stand on something. Like I said in my last rant, this is a pro-black channel. Yes, I would like to make other content. I don't want to necessarily just focus on this type of shit. But when I see this type of shit happening in my community, I got to speak up and I got to say something about it because I have a voice. And why not use it? Right? So I don't, I've been thinking about changing how I end my videos and whatever. And I'm just going to keep it real simple. Stay woke. Stay woke. They try to demonize that word. I don't want to be asleep. I want to be woke. I want to be woke to the bullshit that they pulling on my community, that they pulling on my people. Yeah, I want to keep both eyes plus my third eye open. So yeah, stay woke. Stay woke out there. Stay woke and make them broke.